Cold snap is now officially over, so what actually is next and how do we prepare for it before everyone else? Well, there's a few rumors going around, maybe some volcano elements, things like that, but the thing that's really leading the speculation is toxic swamp. So in today's video, we're going to dive in and figure out if this is true. We're going to cover what toxic swamp actually is, why players think it's coming soon, what Embark has been hinting at for 2026, and what you should be doing right now in-game so you're ready if this condition drops. For context, Cold Snap wasn't just a seasonal skin or holiday event. It was Embark proving something really important. Arc Raiders is not about just changing weapons, it's about changing the world itself. Cold Snap forced everyone to adapt. Rotations changed, fights got messier, extraction got more dangerous, and suddenly the environment mattered just as much as the Raiders. So with this, things get more exciting and interesting because it's no longer the question of, what DLC or simply cosmetics is coming next. It's what is Embark actually doing to change the actual world. So first, let's dive into what we actually know. There was a Reddit post that started making waves because players discovered that if you set your system date to January 19th, the next Raider trials include something titled Toxic Swamp. And what discussion claimed was this wasn't a new map, this was likely a new map condition, similar to what we saw with Cold Snap. Games Radar also covered this new map modifier, potentially coming soon. So now to be clear, this isn't Embark officially confirming Toxic Swamp, but it is putting the trail of breadcrumbs leading us there. But given how clever Embark are as a team and how they want to keep adding creativity to this game, things could develop more than just a simple Cold Snap. And this is where things could get more terrifying when you're playing in-game. Cold Snap was a movement and position modifier, but a toxic condition, this could literally change everything. Maybe we're going to see interferences with visibility, audio, the healing economy could change, time to extract decision making, length of fights, and even maybe slow death due to toxic poisoning. Where you're in certain areas, healing won't work. So in Cold Snap, you could still play aggressive, but what if in Toxic Swamp, everything changes and you could get punished really hard? Because if the map is draining health, reducing stamina, limiting sightlines, then every fight becomes a third-party magnet, and this is where player strategy could become insane. Suddenly, the best players aren't the ones who hit the shots, it's the ones who rotate smart, manage resources, and take the fights on their terms. And this would be amazing to see because it would allow maybe players with a different skill set to start shining. Now, here's the part that makes Toxic Swamp feel even more believable. We have PC Gamer reporting on an Embark design lead who's teasing that Arc Raiders will get multiple maps in 2026 across a different spectrum of size. This means that they're not just doing one new map and done, it means that likely we'll see more maps, more map conditions, more events, and more reasons to keep playing long term. So Toxic Swamp fits perfectly into that bigger plan. And the second clue is Embark's most recent patch. Update 1.110 targeted PvP balance heavily. They nerfed Trigger Nade and they literally acknowledged it was dominating PvP. They also nerfed the Kettle fire rate because the previous one was realistically only reachable using macros. Again, Embark calling out competitive fairness. So what does this mean? It means Embark is trying to stabilize the PvP meta right before the next major condition hit. Because if the environment becomes more dangerous and PvP is broken, the game becomes more frustrating. So this balancing pass looks like Embark is clearing the runway for something bigger. So as Arc Raiders players, here's what we think Toxic Swamp could be. Not a swamp map, but a modifier that turns sections of the map into toxic hazard zones, meaning you'll have safe routes and death routes. Certain buildings become power positions and extraction becomes the most dangerous moment of the map. And this condition could naturally introduce new consumables like filters and antidotes, new objectives around survival or control, and more PvE pressure because toxic zones plus arc threats would be absolute chaos. And the best part, it could create a totally different vibe than Cold Snap. Cold Snap was winter survival, Toxic Swamp would be tension survival, slow, paranoid, tactical, and a lot of fun. So to prep before this new condition drops, here's some things that you should look into. First, stop building only for PvP. If conditions get harsher, sustained builds become meta. Second, stockpile survival resources. It's not all about the best possible gun. We want to focus on being prepared for the elements. Third, learn rotations with without relying on one single route. Find which different pathways and buildings you can use to allow you to be adaptable for new movement. And for the fourth, save your best gear for day 2. Spend day 1 learning all the different elements to this, the best ways to get around, and that way you can actually spend your time learning the most optimal play for this new map style and how to take advantage of other players while keeping all your best gear safe. Now though, we want to hear from you. What do you think is likely the next map condition? Are we going to see Toxic Swamp? Will it be something with a volcano, or are you hearing something completely different? Drop your predictions below, and if Toxic Swamp does go live, I'll make sure to give you a full guide with the best loadouts, best routes, and how to extract consistently without getting ambushed. For now though, thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to check out Funjible Games, where you can become part of the community and find in-depth gaming reviews on all your favorite games.